been wanting to make this video for a long time. This is about how easy it is to apply guitar modes to a chord progression. So I've tried to explain this to a couple different friends and it just didn't seem like they were getting it, but to be fair, it took me a long time before the light came on, and once it did, I'm like, oh my god, it's so easy. So I remember I was listening to a podcast many years ago by this guy named Desi Cerna. Here's the book I ended up buying, Fretboard Theory. I would highly recommend picking this book up. It's excellent. He knows how to explain things super easy. His website's guitarmusictheory.com if you want to check that out. So anyways, I'm just going to do a chord progression. I'm going to start it with a D chord to a G to an A, and then I'm just going to go up the diatonic scale, diatonic meaning chord or notes within the scale. So the next chord I'm going to just do E minor, then the next chord F sharp minor, the third, and then the fourth G, the fifth A, and the minor sixth B minor. I'm going to skip the C sharp low diminished chord because I've never been a fan of those chords, and if you're playing popular music, you're never going to use it anyways. So what I used to do is I'd go to this website called studybase.com, go to the tools section, and I would just print out, just start with D Ionian aka D major, and print out just that one position and all the notes in it. So here's what that looks like. So what I would do is I would just sit in and noodle with a chord progression D to G to A, so a 1 4 5 in D, and just noodle with these notes until I had it memorized. And then also I would just take like a couple minutes every day and just run through this pattern until you have it memorized. It will not take long. So then the next, when you're ready, go and print out the E Dorian scale, which is the second degree of D major, and then print something like this out, right, with E Dorian. So then learn that shape, and just continue on with that with all the notes in the D major scale. And then when you get all that, just make some chord progressions and start noodling, and now you know the modes. It's that easy. You don't have to worry about what note you're starting on. Just stay in those patterns. Once you memorize all those patterns, you know all the modes. So if somebody comes up in band practice and starts playing a chord progression, G to, let's say, G to D to A, right? What those chords are in the D major scale. So now you can just start jamming on those positions that you already know, and now you can just say, oh, I'm playing G Lydian, right? That's it. That's all there is to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this progression that I made, which goes through all those chords, and I'll shout out where the different modes are, and you'll see how simple this is. So here we go. So it starts out on D, so D Ionian. E Dorian. Alright, so in summary, you don't have to learn a whole bunch of different patterns to know the modes. Really, you only got to learn 6, right? And you go to that studybase.com site and you can print out the whole D major scale and look at it all at once and learn all the notes. It's really not that difficult. Like I said, it's easier if you just break it down to one pattern. You know, take one pattern, then 5 minutes a day, and by the end of the week you'll have it memorized, probably even sooner. Then go to the next pattern. So really the key really is to whatever tonic your chord progression is, right? Your tonic, kind of your home base, like, you know, is D to G, to A, right? You resolve to D. D is your tonic, right? So you just learn those D major scale in all 6 positions, and now you know all the modes. So really the mode is just what your ear hears over that chord progression. It's whatever the, depending on what the intervals are of the notes you're playing is really what makes up the mode. So I mean, you're playing over that D to G to A, you know, to A, right? You're playing these notes. I mean, that's just the Ionian sound to your ear, right? It's kind of Ionian's a major mode, and so it gives you that happy kind of sound, right? So your major modes are your Ionian, your 4th mode, which is Lydian, and your 5th mode, which is mixed Lydian. And then your minor modes are Dorian, Phrygian, and Aeolian, the 6th mode, which is otherwise known as the natural minor. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. So let's say you have a chord progression in C, C to F to G, right? You just play these notes down, you know, drop everything down 2 frets, and now play the C major position, which is the same as this, it's just 2 frets down. So